So if you're watching this, look at what you're doing to the kid, man. Talk was definitely worth the money. Now they was like, yo, you take the talk and the money, it was definitely worth it. You just saying, you know, like, to believe in yourself and just always like follow like what's in your heart and not what no one else is saying or anything. Just do.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different.
But I do know this, that it's only 3 people that had contracts with Puff and Bad Boy.
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time.
Hold up, did you hear what Diddy's son just said? He's threatening to spill major tea about Jay-Z and Beyoncé, claiming they've set up his dad. He's got dirt that could rock the entire music industry. These aren't your typical rumors. Serious accusations are coming, and it's about to get wild. Let me tell you, family drama is about to explode. Diddy's son is...
Yeah, should they speak up now? Should they speak up now?
I think it's getting a little too late for those who are complicit. For the victims who have been too afraid to come forward because the diddler has been running around with impunity. It's time for all of the victims to come forward. But for the people that have been denying it, you know what? Let's not be coy. You know, I am Jaguar. So let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a beam. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
You hitting it on?
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with
And holding back anymore. He's ready to spill everything, and I mean everything. This young king is stepping into the spotlight, coming for the Carters with both barrels blazing. Word on the street, there's deep bad blood between Diddy and Jay-Z that goes way back. It's not just a petty feud. This is years of simmering tension. Behind the flashy videos and chart-topping hits, there's a world of secret rivalries and hidden agendas. The tea is hot. Diddy and Jay have been playing a dangerous game of power and influence.
I would say this, it's kind of funny to me, man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Ashler Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, you know, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact, they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky shit, and Diddy is and word was rambunctious, just out with it, it don't mean that they not two of the same. One just a little quieter with his shit.
What happened at the basketball game?
When they ran into, you guys ran into Jay-Z?
They was just talking. They was talking amongst each other about their little white girls. Their little skinny white girls.
And I mean, did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah. He was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It was probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them.
This family drama is about to explode. Diddy's son is stepping up, ready to expose years of backstabbing and shady deals between Diddy and Jay-Z. Rumor has it Jay tried to knock Diddy off his throne when Bad Boy was on top, and Diddy's been plotting a comeback ever since. But this isn't just about music, it's personal. There are accusations of broken promises, bad business, and even legal issues. Diddy's son claims to have receipts, emails, texts, and recorded conversations that could take down the Carters. This isn't just about clearing his dad's name. It's about showing that no one is untouchable.
Now, Carisha and Rick Ross just sat down together in an interview.
I know. Two Diddy do-wop ops. What a reunion. Only thing they got.
Now,
Will Diddy start snitching?
prove it up.
Yeah,
He better. He better. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White. See, I know you know what happened, Corey. Diddy, I know that. You and Jay-Z down in Vegas in Tao with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help. That might help a lot.
I would say, if those who don't know who Kathy is,
Kathy Coriana White, Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died 24 hours after she announced that she was going public with their relationship and the baby. While he was married to Beyoncé.
now
Was
Jack,
it an aneurysm, Diddy? Or are you the one who paid the same coroner that you... Oh, Diddy, you should talk.
do you feel
You should
and
talk, man.
do you feel the federal government will probably speak to Jay-Z in regards?
They already have.
Oh,
They talked to him before he made that Super Bowl announcement. And that interesting. He was questioned by the feds before he made the Super Bowl announcement. Blink twice. Oh, this about to get fun for me.
yeah. Let me
There's nothing like. Have you ever seen what happens to a rat when it's trapped in a heated environment?
It'll eat through anything.
Claw eat its way through anything. So I want y'all to imagine this. I got Jay-Z on his back with his stomach exposed. Diddy is the rat that I'm using. And I'm gonna take a metal trash can and put it right on Jay-Z's stomach with Diddy right in there. And I'm gonna heat that bitch up and see what he eat through. Fuck you, Sean. Both of y'all. I got you, bitch. I told you.
As the U.S. attorney came on and spoke on the indictment, next to him you see 6 U.S. AUSAs, his assistant attorneys. I believe one pregnant, one a little older, but all white women. What are your thoughts on that when you see 6 women assisting the U.S. attorney?
A small choruses of Nancy Graces?
Basically.
I think it's fabulous.
Yeah. Needed.
Sean P. Combs.
Things can be true at once. Diddy could be an absolute dirtbag guilty of everything, but also Jaguar Wright could be looking for her 15 minutes of fame. Prior to this week, this month, have you ever heard of this person?
I have.
So, okay, I don't know where parties you're at with that.
No,
baby
not
oil.
not parties, but she's been in front of the camera for a
I've
while.
never heard of her.
Okay.
I've been listening to hip hop since, Beastie Boys did Brass Monkey in '86.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this person. She's now, if you type in Google, if you type in Jag, what's the first thing that pops up? I guarantee you it's her. Not the Jacksonville Jaguars or an actual Jaguar. She's the first thing that pops up. So she's utilizing this 15 minutes of fame, and there she is right there. Here's what I'll also say about Diddy. This was
You know
the
what
most
song she was in?
no
Big Pimpin'. You know what other song she was in?
Big Pimpin', spending.
You know what
G's.
other song?
Yeah, that's Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the movie with the Denzel, American Gangster?
Mm-hmm.
While that one guy comes out with the song Heart of the City.
Yeah,
You know the Heart of the City?
yeah.
Ain't no more.
No, it was a
Heart of the
it was a remake.
That's
a remake
her.
of 80s.
She's in it.
Okay.
She's in those
She's
two
a
songs.
backup singer.
She is,
She's
yeah.
not
Backup singer for
no,
Jay-Z
she's not
in
the-
2001.
Okay, but
Yeah.
she ain't Beyonce. She
No,
ain't
of course
Rihanna.
not.
She
She's
Jane
been
Aaliyah.
around.
She's
I'm
been around
not
now.
denying that she's been around it. So, like, they're interviewing her for a reason. Here's what I found the most interesting about Diddy overall. This was David Muir was actually, he's the ABC guy, big news guy. He was interviewing, I guess, the guy that's handling a lot of the sexual allegations about Diddy, and he's receiving a lot of phone calls. Here's the most interesting thing about these sexual allegations. Yeah, I don't know if it was him or a different lawyer, but it was on ABC. You can check that out. He goes, talk about a gender difference. So interesting about Diddy. He goes, prior to 2005, it was actually 50-50, these allegations that kept coming in, men and women. 50% men, 50% women. But how about this? After 2005, it was 90% men allegations. Something happened with Diddy, allegedly, where he went, this isn't it. But it went from 50-50 allegations, receiving these phone calls, receiving what's going on, doing all these sort of testimonies, to 90% men. When there's smoke, there's fire, Diddy.
Yeah, and
what's going on in that baby
Alex
oil?
Spiro was on TMZ, and he said to those two guys, whatever their names are, I didn't send a cease and desist. I sent an ultimatum. Remove that false accusation, or a court is going to order you to.
Who said this?
That's Alex.
You play
to
this?
you that somebody comes on a show and then kind of levels these vague-ish allegations. Were you kind of ready for something like this to eventually happen?
Listen, there's rumors and then there's nonsense, and this is one step further, right? This is a pointed and formal accusation of something, I felt it needed to be responded to. So I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. And so I think he made the wise choice and acted accordingly.
He meaning
What were you
Piers
saying,
Morgan.
Rob?
Removing it and apologizing for it, yes. What changed here in my mind is that somebody on a so-called journalistic platform exploited that kind of random rumor mill, whether it's disconnected from reality.
You're not ready for this. Remember when everyone thought Diddy and Jay-Z were tight? Well, turns out that friendship might have been faker than a $3 bill. The streets are buzzing with whispers that J and B played Diddy dirty, and this betrayal runs deeper than just some petty shade. We're talking next-level backstabbing, and it's got the entire industry shook. This isn't just about music. It's about control, power, and who's pulling the strings behind the scenes. Diddy's been building his empire for decades, but now he's caught up in legal drama. Something doesn't add up, and people are starting to question the truth.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands.
Wow.
I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Mr. Carter's who?
They're a nasty little couple.
Jay-Z.
They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Ford?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious.
This girl's
There's
got
a
an
lot
agenda,
of things
you
that
can
people
tell.
don't want to talk about, Pierce.
She about to do a fake
But
tear.
okay,
I'm
but hold on,
not
but Adam, but here's the thing. Like, and again, it always sounds crazy and wild until it ain't, because and who knows? She's not credible or lie detector test or whatever. What if she's right? What if all these things that she's seen, because she was a dominatrix. She said she used to work at these parties and tie guys up and whip them and everything like that. She was about that life. So when somebody that's about that life tells you about the life,
You giving her a lot of credibility?
I'm
or-
not, but Adam, where is she coming up with this stuff? She was at these places. She's seen it firsthand.
I'm not denying.
She was there.
If I listen, you can go.
Play this clip.
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Play this clip, then we'll react. Go ahead, Rob.
The shocking allegations levelled at Sean Diddy Combs have burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harboured a monster. Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too. Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyoncé during their
Hold up, PJ, before we dive in, what would it take to bring down the king and queen of hip-hop? Rumor has it Diddy's son is sitting on a treasure trove of tea that could do just that. But is it real, or just smoke and mirrors? Diddy's son isn't just talking, he's hinting at a goldmine of receipts that could shake the music industry. The question is it strong enough to take down the Carters? The streets are buzzing with wild theories, and let me tell you, some of this gossip is juicier than a Georgia peach. Whispers are circulating about secret recordings that could make Nixon's tapes look like child's play. Imagine being a fly on the wall during those private convos, what secrets could be hiding in those audio files. But that's not all. There are rumors about shady contracts packed with more loopholes than a box of Fruit Loops. Deals made in the shadows, promises in invisible ink, and late-night meetings with dimly lit rooms, hushed voices, and plans that could change everything.
The end of that episode, when they finally tracked down the starlet who they were hiding from everyone so she never had to testify. The male rapper took the charge, so the case was closed, and that's when she finally admitted that it was her that did the pow-powing. And they just let it ride. Isn't that funny? How similar does that sound to what really happened with J-Lo, Shine, and Diddy? And you want to know what's funny? Ice-T knows a lot of people from that time, and he used to frequent at that club. He would have known all of the real details of everything that happened that night. And rather than someone forcing it back into the law's hand, it became an episode for Law and Order SVU. A lot of money was made off of that. Natanya Rubin has not begun to see reparations for what happened to her life. How did NBC get to profit off of it? See what I'm saying? If it was good enough to be a television episode, it should be good enough to be reopened for charges. Because clearly there were other people that knew the truth of that story.
The fact that Keefy D is in jail for Pac's murder, do you feel like they may go even deeper to the 90s in regards to just asking?
They have to, because that's the beginning of everything that's leading up to the tragedies that are about to happen now. We have to go back to the beginning. Everybody knows at this point in time, Keefy D ain't do it. He's already made it very clear he had a profit deal, which means he's been working with the government all this time. When are people going to start asking how long Diddy and Jay-Z have been cooperating with the government as well? Everybody was cooperating with the feds but them? Doesn't make any sense. What I do know, though, is that everyone is starting to notice things that they didn't notice 15, 20 years ago. Suge isn't looking like the monster that everyone painted him out to be. And Diddy sure ain't.
Now, here's where it gets juicy. There are whispers about offshore accounts and hush money flying around, and we're not talking pocket change. These figures could make your bank account do a double take. If these rumors are true, it might explain how some people have managed to stay so squeaky clean for so long. But here's the thing. Everyone's got a theory, but no one knows the full truth. It's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with half the pieces missing, and the ones we have might not even fit. Diddy's son is keeping his cards close, and the suspense is killing us. If he really has what he claims, it could be game over for J and B's flawless image. We're talking a scandal that doesn't just rock the boat, it sinks the whole yacht.
Yeah, but I have been hearing that a lot. I feel like your girl Jaguar Wright might have been one of the first to really put his name out there. I don't know enough. You know, I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill shit like that, he was more quiet about it. You know what I mean? He was more, but then, if we be real with ourselves, it was kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce. Like, she was pretty young when he got with her. There's rumors that he was messing with Foxy Brown when she was pretty young. You know, so there's a lot of those rumors around. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, yeah. And do you hear little things here and there? You know, I'm not gonna lie. When certain people get to a certain level of fame, I don't know why, but you start to hear little shit about certain people sometimes. And I don't know how many people are really exempt from it. Because if you really think about most of your top celebrities, black celebrities, rappers, I feel like the ones that are at the top for a long time, I feel like I've heard a rumor damn near about all of them. Not that I've seen anything, but it's always these top motherfuckers. Now, some people will say, oh, well, that's just a hating. It could be. Or it could be that motherfuckers got to join a club in order to get to a certain level. I don't know. I'm not in the club, so I wouldn't know. But it's just a little weird that everybody that goes past a certain point, you'll hear a little. And these be behind the scenes rumors too. This is not just internet shit. This be before the internet existed. You understand? Because it's easy for some shit to fly around now with the internet. But a lot of this shit was pre-internet. And that and it was getting around. You see? So makes it a little different. It still could be some bullshit, but I'm just saying. Some of these rumors been around about people for a long time. You've been hearing little things about them. And have I heard little shit about Jay-Z? Yup. Do I think that he's trying to emulate himself and present himself as a gay painter, like to look like Basquiat? Yup, I do. I think 50 Cent was right about that. I think that's a code to, especially to white people, that he's approachable, he's cultured, but Basquiat was also bisexual. So is that a code that you're trying to tell these white people too? By trying to emulate this guy? I don't know, but it doesn't look good. Why do people have such an affinity for Basquiat anyway? I think it's trash. Let me just put it out there. I don't think that Basquiat's art is fucking all brilliant the way they claim it is. It looks like bullshit to me. It's some shit that white people would like. It's not some shit that black people look at and be like, oh my God, that is so impressive. He ran with weirdos like Andy Warhol and Keith Haring. They tried to call Keith Haring graffiti back in the days. I hated Keith Haring's art. It was crap. That was not graffiti. That was a white dude from the village who was inspired by graffiti, who started doing some shit, and because he's white, now he can go to galleries and sell this shit for fucking $50,000. And then you got real blacks and yes, Puerto Ricans, you know, and even some poor white people that were doing graffiti uptown on the trains and shit like that, and they couldn't get no money for this shit, you know? And this was way more technical, and you know what I mean? And makes you feel something, and really aligned itself with hip hop. But all of that shit, Keith Haring, Basquiat, Andy Warhol with soup cans, get the fuck out of here. That was some shit where they gamed the people into believing that some bullshit was something special. And Jay-Z was one of the first ones, I think, to really talk about Basquiat. And it's like, why? And you make a song about Tom Ford. That's another homosexual designer. What is this all about? Like, I don't know when heterosexuals started bigging up homosexuals, starting trying to dress like them, do their hair like them, and making songs about them. I'm just saying, you know. And Jay-Z, I like Jay-Z. I think he's a dope rapper, dope businessman. He used to be my neighbor. We lived in the same building, 560 State Street.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Carters aren't going down without a fight. They got lawyers on deck, and you can bet they're already gearing up for battle. This isn't their first rodeo. They've weathered storms before. But something tells me this could be the hurricane they didn't see coming. One thing's for sure, though, it's about to get uglier than a cat bite at a sample sale. The gloves are off, and no one's playing nice. So grab your umbrella, because when this tea starts spilling, it's going to rain drama like we've never seen before. This is just the beginning. Now, picture this. What if this drama is the spark that unravels the entire music industry? What if J and B are just the tip of the iceberg, and beneath the surface, there's a Titanic-sized mess waiting to be exposed? Trust me, if this tea gets spilled, it's going to leave stains all over the music world. This isn't a small scandal. It could be an earthquake in hip-hop, one that changes the game forever. And here's the real question. Who else could get caught in the crossfire when this storm hits? No one's prepared for what's coming. The music industry is a tangled web of secrets, and the truth is starting to unravel. Skeletons are surfacing, and this could trigger a domino effect, bringing down more than just the top names. Rumors are flying. Big stars, music moguls, even seemingly spotless figures might be involved. The streets are alive with speculation, and no one feels safe. Everyone's watching their back, wondering if they'll be next. It's like a high-stakes game of musical chairs, and when the music stops, someone's career might not survive. The industry's facade is cracking, and what lies beneath could shock us all.